Okay, so I just today in the next 1 hour, my plan is to list picture dictionary, and I will study with ChatGPT. I will since I have a lot of words I don't know how to say it. I need to talk with the ChatGPT. Okay, so let's start.
Absolutely. Let's dive in. Just let me know what you'd like to start with, and I'm all ears.
So my plan, I just get a picture dictionary. So my plan, I just try to record in a video, and I try to build my vocabulary through one book. So generally speaking, this book is about picture uh,
That
with some vocabulary. They have some labels,
yeah,
number labels that match with the picture. So
ab-
I will cover from the page one to I try to do it first. I will decide how many pages I will go through, but my general plan is for 1 hour.
yeah, that's a solid plan. I mean, just starting off from page one and kind of feeling out how many pages you want to do in that hour is a great way to just build a.
Yeah,
See how
yeah. I maybe need your help because since I have a lot of words I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, so the first page is about the numbers. I will count from it's about it's 1 to 1 million. So it's from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It is very general. So we have there's another word partnership. It's about an odd and an even.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be happy to help you out with pronouncing any of those numbers or any of those words you're not sure about. And it's great that you're noticing things like odd and even. We can totally work through those pronunciations together. So just let me know which ones you want to start with, and we'll get going.
But how I totally very confused about an odd on an even number. What's the difference?
Yeah, absolutely. I can clear that up. So it's pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. An odd number is basically any number that can't be divided evenly by two. And an even number can be divided by two without leaving a remainder. So, like 2, 4, 6, those are even. 1, 3, 5, those are odd. And once you get that difference, you'll be able to spot them super easily.
So you mean an odd number is can be divided without a remainder. So, for example, if an odd number is divided by two, should be a remainder of one. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. So if you take an odd number and you divide it by two, you're always going to have a remainder of one left over. And if it's even, it just divides cleanly by two. So you got the idea down perfectly.
Okay, that's cool. So, what's a lucky number?
Ooh, a lucky number. Yeah, that one's fun. So a lucky number is really just kind of a cultural, personal thing. Different people or different cultures have numbers they consider lucky. Like some people think seven is lucky, some think eight is lucky. And it's really just about kind of a good luck charm of a number rather than a math definition, but it's a fun idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so it's definitely one of those fun little concepts. If you have any more questions as you go through the book, just let me know.
okay, let's go slow from 21 to 30 is just the same pattern. So there's a 21, 22, 23, 3, 24. There's no additional knowledge about it. And let's start with 30 and 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 and 1000, 10,000, 100,000 and 1 million, and after 1 million is 1 billion, and 1 trillion. I think that's enough. And
Yeah.
After, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that pattern you got is exactly right. So once you get past 21, it's all just the same idea 22, 23. And then those bigger numbers like 30, 40, 50, all the way up to a million or even a billion, it's just adding those layers on top. So I think you got it down and we can just practice it together.
Okay, let's start from the order number. Order. How do you say that? Order. Like the first, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. How do you call that?
Oh, yeah, those are called ordinal numbers. So exactly like you were saying, first, second, third, those are ordinal numbers, and we can definitely go through those if you want, but that's exactly the term for them.
Ordinal. How do you pronunciation? How do you pronounce?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's pronounced ordinal, kind of like
Ordinal. Ordinal. It's ordinal number. What's difference compared to the natural number?
yeah, absolutely. So the difference is basically that ordinal numbers tell you the position or the order of something, like first, second, third, one natural numbers, one, two, three, and so on. So it's just about whether you're showing the order of things versus just counting things, and that's the main difference.
So the numbers have two classification. One is the counting number. One is the uh, ordinary ordinal ordinal number, right?
Yeah, exactly. You've got it. So basically, you've got counting numbers, just your regular one, two, three, and then you got ordinal numbers like first, second, third, and those are the two main categories. So you're totally on track.
Okay, let's go dive into the next step is fractions. So the fraction we have, for example, we have a one quarter or a quarter, and one half or a half, and have 2/3 or the 3/4, 3/4.
Yeah, absolutely. We can dive into fractions next. So you pretty much have the right idea. You know, when you say something like one quarter or one half, that's how we say it. And you're just talking about how you divide something up. So we can go through those and practice them. And I'll help you get comfortable with all those fractions too.
Can we expand this idea more general, like we uh, involve the math formula? What can we do more about it?
Yeah, definitely. So if you want to expand on the idea of fractions more generally, you can think of them as just another way to represent division. So any fraction is just one number divided by another. And you can use an idea in all kinds of math formulas. You can talk about ratios, proportions, even probabilities if you get into that. So fractions are kind of like a gateway to a lot of different math concepts. And we can definitely explore into those if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go step to another page. It's about time. So the period of time we have a second, minutes, and hours, and a day, week, month. So 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 you let you I needed to teach me something. So when I introduce something, I introduce the page a page of this paper, this books, this textbooks. I will introduce the general idea about uh, the page, the list page from the general to the specific details. So could you help me to count to build the structure, the patterns? Help me to introduce more contents as follow. For example, the next page or next another topic. Could you give me some ideas? Have me like some sentence structure or the speaking patterns. Have me to organize my ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to help you with that. So basically, a really nice structure is you can start by just introducing the general topic of the page, kind of like you said, and then you can zoom into the details. So you might say something like, on the page, we're going to talk about time measurements in general. And then you can say, specifically, we'll dive into things like seconds, minutes, hours, and so on. And that structure will just help you go from big idea to the little details. And if you do that for each new page, you'll be super organized and it'll flow really nicely.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, So I will restate again. Okay, so this page about time. So the first the first structure the first stuff we will introduce is the period of the time, and
Yeah, that's perfect. You're already doing it. So you just kind of start off by saying, hey, this page is all about time. And first, we're going to introduce these different periods of time. And then you can just walk through them step by step. And I think that structure is going to work really well for you.
okay, so on this page they have a word in the context. Is some sentence I will read it before. I will read it first. Okay. So this sentence is about I usually get up about 8 o'clock, but sometimes I like to get up before the dawn. I like the quiet at the sunset about once a month. I sleep on the room, and those days there aren't enough hours in the day. Light comes much too soon. And I would say the sentence looks simple, but it may be very difficult for me to come up with to organize such ideas. I, it's for me it's very hard. But could you help me to figure out what's the problem lies in what's the really problem? What's why I can't speak freely and like the those general this very simple and general sentence. What's the problem?
Yeah, I totally get that. Honestly, it's really normal to feel that way, especially if you're working in a second language and it's just practice. So the problem isn't that you're not capable, it's just that you haven't had a lot of practice with it yet. And I think as you keep doing this, like reading out these sentences, organizing your thoughts, and just having conversations, you're going to get more and more comfortable. And then those simple sentences are going to feel really natural. So it's just about a bit of practice, and you'll definitely get there.
Oh, so I
Yeah, exactly. So just keep in mind, it's really all about giving yourself a little patience and practice. And over time, you'll totally get more comfortable, and those sentences will flow really easily. So you're on the right track.
so I will record some purpose some concept I may think is difficult. It's very important for build end to end starting and build the real to build the relative thought in English also. So I need to want to a thought flow, and maybe the first structure is from the general how to introduce a topic or idea or specific contents from general to specific or what details.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is my first problem need to be practiced. And the second,
yeah, that's a great first step. So starting with that general to specific structure is perfect. And then the second thing is just practicing it regularly, right? So you get used to going from a big idea to smaller details. And over time, you'll just get more comfortable. And really, that's all there is to it. So you're on the right track and just keep practicing that pattern. You'll do great.
okay, so let's analyze this message. It looks like a how to say that? It's like a diary. Just describe this person is described his daily routine. I will. So second thing, as I need to use some analyze structure. Maybe we will talk about it later. So I and the first thing I needed to practice my restate scales. So let's practice this one. So generally, in general, this message is about he described his daily routine. He get up at 8 o'clock, and but also he liked to get up before dawn. I don't know what's dawn the meaning. Uh, he uh, he say she loves the quiet of sunrise, about once a month sleep until room. Or that means this person maybe like to sleep late, um, sleep very late until noon, and on those days there aren't enough hours in the day. Night comes much soon. So he uh, describe a formula. So this hour the daytime is get shorter because the night comes early. So okay, could you help me to organize the ideas and give me some advice?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're doing a great job already restating it. So basically, you can just think of it like this. You're summarizing that the person's talking about when they wake up and how they feel about their day. And you kind of nailed it. So you can just say, this is about someone's daily routine. They usually wake up at 8, but sometimes they like to get up before dawn and enjoy the sunrise. And on days when they sleep in, it feels like the day is shorter because night comes sooner. And that's really all there is to it. So you're doing a great job summarizing, and just keep that flow going and you'll be totally fine.
So basically speaking, a summarize maybe needed to organize uh, to analyze what's the topic that this person introduced. So the topic is maybe about a general idea or or event to give a general label on the things he do. So it's like that he introduce his daily routine and give his com and introduce his feeling, introduce his hobby about like to sleep very early and introduce some phenomenon like the daytime gets shorter because the light comes early. So basically speaking, a good summarize need uh, could you assembly the summarize scales? What the steps we need to do? So in my idea, to get a good summarize, you need to find the topic and to surround it and to introduce the details in correct order and give some reflection on it, maybe or, or very give you some simple analyze about like what's this person's feeling, what's this person's thoughts, and what's the problem, what's the question he this person described. Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, you've got the right idea. I mean, that's basically the steps you need. So first you identify the topic, then you lay out the details in a clear order, and then if you can add a little reflection or just a bit of your own insight about how the person feels or what they're talking about, that's a perfect summary. So you're definitely on the right track, and I think you have the steps down really well.
Okay, so I I will practice to restate your idea. So first step we needed to identify the topic, and the second thing we needed to lay out the details in the clear order, and then we can add some reflection or just a bit about my own insights about how this person feelings, how this person feels, or what are they talking about, and what special. That's where make a perfect summarize. Okay, let's restate again. So a good summarize need we to do the following steps. Uh, so first step is you need to identify the topic, and the second thing you need to lay out the details in a clear order, and then we need to add a little reflection or just our insights about how this person feels and what this person talking about, and then we'll make a good and perfect summary. Okay, could you give me some advice or some hints about how to build these skills and to get and restate again. So what's what's the practice goal and I needed to follow, I needed to achieve. Like, so first thing, I in my idea I needed to find uh, I needed to find the general purpose about my daily English practicing. Like, so first thing for my for my from my opinion. So recently I think I needed to build such skills about the first one to build a structure from general to special details. So it's like uh, that's uh, that's a good way to tell a story or introduce an idea from the general to special details. And the second thing we need to learn, summarize and restate something. I mean, uh, from the definition, restate means uh, we need to interpretation these contents and rebuild it in our own words to introduce in our uh, as our mind sign. We need to decide which comes first. So we need to decide the layout order, and we need to generate the topic. So actually, the restate and analyze or the summarize, they actually related with each other. I mean, maybe we need to learn to the summarize. It's a basic skills. After we learn to the summarize, maybe we get enough details. We need to analyze this. We need to learn to organize and analyze these details, because sometimes the information is too much. We need to decide uh, which one is better, and categorize these ideas. They put this information in few categories, few labels, like this information is about the definition. This information is about the purpose. This information is uh, uh, about the reasons, and this information may be about the method, and another information may be about some concepts or domain knowledge. Like, just uh, every step has its reason, has a purpose. So firstly, we need to summarize, because we every day we are introduced to we need to be introduced a lots of information. So we need to summarize to organize this some information, and have a general idea to organize it, and to identity which information is important for us, or what help us to memorize. Because if we don't do the summarize, we we will feel confused, we will forget everything. So so we need to figure out the reason. So we need to summarize, because we need to organize the information. It's the fundamental of the next step, uh, like the analyze and like the critical thinking. Yeah. So summarize is the very basic fundamental skills. Okay, it's your turn. Give you your advice on this topic.
Absolutely. And you've really summarized that whole idea beautifully yourself. I mean, you're right. Summarizing is this fundamental skill, because it's really the first step to organizing your thoughts. And once you can do that, you can then analyze and reflect and dig deeper. So I think your approach is awesome. My advice is just keep practicing it. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. summarize, identify the topic, put things in order, and then add your reflections. And over time, that skill is going to get stronger and stronger. So you're totally on the right track, and just keep it up.
Okay, so my next step is to figure out to label something. For example, give some abstract abstracts or general goals or goal
Yeah,
help me to build a daily rubrics to standardize my practice.
yeah, absolutely. So having that kind of general goal is a really good idea. If you can label it and say, hey, this is my daily routine, I'm going to do a little bit of summarizing, a little bit of restating each day, then you standardize that practice and it becomes a habit. And over time, it's just going to get easier and easier. So I think that's a great next step. Just keep that routine going and you'll do awesome.
Okay, I mean, so could you help me to organize what's the general goals? Could you list the five ones like means the introduce learn like the first one learning the introduce structure or patterns is from general to specific, and the second one is some about the to describe a story or describe a daily routine from a big idea to the details, and the third is like the analyze to decide which one analyze to find the structure of the information, find the relation between the information, to find the patterns, find the structures. And the first is about the restate scales, like the summary, like something like that. Could you give me five general general goals I need to approach?
Absolutely. Let me give you 5 nice general goals you can aim for. So, first one, like you said, is mastering that structure from general to specific. That's a great big goal. The second is practicing summarizing, just being able to condense information. Third, you can focus on restating things in your own words, which you're already doing. Fourth, you can work on a little bit of analysis, like looking at relationships between ideas. And then fifth, just building a daily habit of doing all these things so it becomes natural. So those 5 goals will keep you on track and help you improve step by step.
So let's restate it. You mean the first one is to mastering the general to specific structure, and the second one is practicing the summarize, uh, like being able to condense the information, like identity the topic, and lay out the details in a clear order, in a clear way. And the third is like focus on restating things in my own words. And the first to work on a little bit of an analyze, like looking the relation between ideas. And the fifth one is building a daily habit of doing all the things so becomes nature. Okay, let's cool track. Okay, let's move to another stage of the time. So this stage is about the times of time of a day, like the sunrise and dawn, sunrise, dawn. How do you pronounce this word? Is DAWN? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, you got it. So that word is pronounced dawn, like the beginning of the day. And you're doing a great job. So once you have those 5 goals in mind, you can just keep practicing them. And every time you encounter a new word like dawn, you'll just add it to your vocabulary. So you're doing awesome. Keep it up.
So the dawn is same as the sunrise is the beginning of the day. Okay, let's introduce the next words about morning, ruin, midday, afternoon, evening, sunset, dusk, and light, midnight. Okay, so next stage is about the clock times. Next section is about the clock times. So there's a 6 o'clock, 6:25, 25 past 6 or 25 after 6. Okay, so this just three ways to say the time, and another one is 6:45. Okay, the 6:45 and the 6:05, 6:05, or 5 past 6, 5 up 6, and the 6:30, half past 6, and the 6:55, 5 to 7, 5 to 7, and the 6:15, and a quarter past 6, and 6:35, and 25 to 7. Okay, so the relation was about at in every once, like at the 10 o'clock, at the night, in the morning, in the evening, and every day, once a week, once a month, this week, next month, next year, 2 hours ago, 5 months ago. Okay, let's move to next stage. It's about calendar. Calendar, we have those words: date, or yesterday, today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and spring, summer, fall, autumn, winter, January, February, March, April, May, June, August, September, October, November, December, and what pattern is about March, April, the summer. In the March, in March, in April, in the summer, in fall, on Monday, on Tuesday, on March 10, on April 5. Okay, it's a little confused how to. So I need to ask a question. So when we use in, when we use on.
Yeah, absolutely. That can definitely be a little confusing at first. So the general pattern is that we use in for bigger chunks of time, like months or seasons, like in April or in the summer. And we use on for specific days or dates, like on Monday or on March 10th. So once you get that pattern down, it'll feel a lot more natural. And yeah, just practice it and you'll get the hang of it.
Okay, let's restate it. So you mean you say we need to use the in a big chunk of time, like the months, seasons, like in April or in the summer, when you use on for specific day or daytimes. So this is problem. Let's find it. Where is it? So in the summer, where I find it in the morning. I forget where I read it. I should read. Sometimes we read in the morning. Okay, in the morning, in the evening. Why, when we use the morning or evening, we use in? Because morning or evening represent a very a large period of time. Do you feel that?
Yeah, you got it. So basically, when we say in the morning or in the evening, we're treating morning and evening kind of like these bigger chunks of the day. They're not just a single moment, right? They're a period of time. And so that's why we say in the morning, just like we'd say in April, because it's a bigger chunk of time rather than a specific day. So that's all there is to it. It just feels a little bit more natural once you practice it, and you'll get the hang of it.
Okay, so for this picture dictionary, they just have an index. They just have an index page. How many pages they have? It's from 231 to 260. 261 is how many pages? Yes, 30 pages. Let's count how many words per page it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8, 80 words per page. And I just counted as 30 pages, so it's around 2,400 words. It's huge of vocabulary, and they give a rich picture to describe the things you will get. If I contribute to it, where I will get a good practice and build a picture about it. So maybe we decide uh, 3 topic and the 6 page. Maybe it's enough. Yeah. Let's stop there. So we'll introduce. So today we finished the 3 talk about numbers. So we need to do a simple summarize. Okay. So we cover three topic. One is the numbers, and the second is the time. The third one is the calendar. So then, generally speaking, the number can divided be carried into 2 categories. One is the counting number. The another one is ordinal numbers. Okay, so and we saw to review the concept about the odd number and the even number. So the even number is divided by 2 without no remainder left, but the even number is divided by 2 with 1 as a remainder. Okay, let's go to. So they also have introduced some refractions. Okay, so the 1 counter, 2 counter, 1 counter, 2/3 or third counter, and 1/2. Okay, so we generally do introduce about time period divided by. We also analyze the looting. So there is a looting. Okay. I need to respond it. Okay. Okay. Never mind. So the second page about we just covered a small page about a person. They introduce a day routine about what time when he get up, why he get up so late, why he get up so late, because he liked the quiet of sunrise, and he about once a month sleep until noon. And these days they measure he introduced a phenomenon. These days the daytime gets shorter because the night comes too soon. Okay, so and this page we just summarize. We have need 5 goals to plan, to follow, or to approach as a daily practice. The first one to mastering the general to spatial structure. When we to try to introduce something like a deal, or like to introduce some stuff. Okay, the second one is about the I forget about it, but I just to learn a small analyze, give some insights about how this person feels, and something like that. I forget it, but and also need to practice the summarize. Yeah, to the summarize have a few steps to follow, like to like generally like to identity the